Alright, in this video, I want to talk about how to manage yourself and get things done. Alright, and I want you to watch this video to the end if you are a business owner, entrepreneur, trying to grow your business and you need to manage yourself and manage your team and just trying to get things done. I'm going to explain it to you how you could do it in this video. Alright, all the ideas in this video are coming from this book called The Managing Oneself from Peter Drucker. It's a great book. I definitely recommend. It's a really thin, small book, but in this book he talks about really important concepts that I think everybody that is running a business, is interested in starting a business, should know. And one of the things he talks about are, what are your strengths? So this is very important because many times we're working on things or we're in positions in our job, or we're doing things that it's not really our strengths, are probably our weaknesses, and we probably are not giving our 100% is because we're not focusing on our strengths. So how do we discover what are we really good at? It's something he calls feedback analysis. So the process of feedback analysis is basically like journaling or like writing down. It's going to take a process from 6 to 9 months. It could be shorter, or a couple weeks. And every single day when you're working, you're doing your stuff, you're going to be writing down how you see yourself. Are you doing good? Are you doing bad? What are you good and what are you bad at? And what's going to happen through that analysis, you're going to discover what you're good at, your strength. So once you discover what you're good at, you're going to focus. Number 3 is you're going to focus all, or at least most of your energy on that thing. So just let's say we talk about like business wise. If you discover that you're good at sales, you're good at talking to people. So what you're going to do is you're going to focus all on that. You shouldn't be on operations or nothing like that. You should maybe hire somebody, or at least focus most of your energy on that thing that you're really good at. And let's say if you're trying to focus, if you discover that sales is my strength, you're going to focus a lot of time improving. You're going to start reading books, you're going to start watching videos, you're going to buy courses and start improving on the things that maybe that you're not really good at and you need to improve on. And you're going to try to find weak spots. So let's say that you're good at sales, but maybe you don't have the right processes on how to, or you can't speak to people the right way. So, or you're talking too complicated or too big words. So you're gonna start finding ways to adjust and get better, and find things that you're not really good at, and you're gonna improve on it. Now, number 4 is, how do you perform? So basically is, how do you get things done? And next question he asks is, how do you learn? Are you a reader? Are you a listener? Or are you a writer? So, basically, we all have little tendencies of each one, but there's gonna always be one that you're really leaning towards the most. So at least for me, I've realized that the most dominant one for me is probably a writer. I learned the best by writing. So years ago, I got into journaling, and it helped me process information. And I felt when I write things down, I retain it better. So then, obviously, at least for me, I'm a writer. Second would be probably a listener. When I listen to videos or audible books, that is better. And then third would be probably reading. Now, do you learn by talking or by doing? Like I said before, you could really have both of these, but there's gonna be one where you're leaning the most towards. So at least for me, I've discovered that I'm making these videos because I've discovered that when I talk, I process information better, and then second, it's doing. So there's a time where you stop talking, you stop listening, you just stop everything, and it's time to get down to work. And obviously, this is when, where if you're in a business and you discover, hey, I'm not good at getting things done, or doing, or more like a what we call a doer in a business, then you hire that person out, or you outsource it. And because obviously, if you're more the creative person in your business, or more the operations person, then you need a person that is an action taker and is going to go and, like they say, execute. All right. Now, number five is, do you work well with other people or alone? So this is very important when you're trying to go for a job or you're starting a business, because if you this is where you're probably going to discover if you're either an introvert or extrovert. Do you work well with people? Like, you're going to be hanging with a lot of people. If you're in a big organization, you're going to be more likely be talking to a lot of people, going to be having to work in a team. Or are you more like an extrovert that I think I got them confused. But one is, if you like working with people, you're more likely an extrovert. And then if you're like working alone, you're an introvert. And that's totally fine. It's up to your personality, who you want to be. And if you like working alone, it's fine. But it's more likely that you're an introvert, and you like being either in a small group or you work alone, and that's just fine. You just have to discover what works for you. Now, number six, do you work best as a decision maker or as an advisor? So this is kind of important too, because in some jobs, you could either be a team leader, or you're going to be a leader of like a manager. And some people just don't work good in making decisions. So maybe you could be a VP of the company, where you bring a whole team in and they start asking for advice. What should we do on this? It's like that, like maybe at a consulting level. Now, number seven is, do you work well under stress, or do you need highly structured and predictable environment? So this is like, I could probably give an example of sales. Like, sales is very stressful. You need to meet numbers for sales, and it might not be for everybody. Where you have to be cold calling, emailing, answering, pitching and stuff like that. And some people, it may not be for them. So maybe sales might not be the job for you, but or do you like a more structured, predictable environment? Maybe a job like, probably like a secretary. Every single day, you're gonna be filing paperwork. It's nothing too crazy. You already have like everything that you're gonna be doing throughout the week. So now, number eight, do you work well in big organizations or small ones? So I actually discovered this, that working in small organizations are at least my favorite, because when you work in big organizations, like, and this happened to me in the past, where I was working in a pretty big organization, and there's a lot of levels. There's a rank hierarchy, where in order for you to talk to the CEO, you have to go through many levels. Or if you think something is not right or appropriate, you have to go through a lot of levels. And it just something that, at least to me, it felt annoying. But in a small organization, or a small a company, literally the manager's office could be at walking distance from you. So you have a problem, or you want to express some ideas to maybe better the company, literally walk to his office, knock, and just tell him, hey, I have this idea. I think we could do this better. And so I mean, it's all up to you on what is your preference. Now, number eight is, what are your values? So when you're looking for a job, you're managing a company, or looking for a place that has the same values, that has the same core beliefs, standards, that your goals match up with the organization. So that's truly important because you don't want to be working at a place that maybe is a fast paced sales environment and you don't really not really interested in that environment. So and the next one is, like I told you, whatever you choose, they have to align with what or with who you want to work with. Now, finally, it is 10. Now, this is a personal recommendation that, at least for me, um, I decided to put it on because taking the personality test, there's many personality tests that are free, no charge. Some have like other you could pay for, but it's up to you. But there's the Myers-Briggs, the big five personality traits. There's the Jordan Peterson, Understand Myself. That's a paid one, but it's really good. And then the Ty Lopez Life Compass quiz. So at least for me, taking these personality tests, answered a lot of questions that I personally had. Like, am I introvert? Am I extrovert? How do I learn? Why do I get certain triggers when like I'm mad, or like certain things that you know, always thought about, like why is that person like that, or why am I not like that? So it just helps you. All these personality tests that are quizzes that you take at the end, they give you like little paragraphs of um of your personality, and it really helps you just understand yourself. And I think at the end of the day, that is truly the goal. Even if you're not in business or whatever, the goal at the end of the day, at least for is to understand, like, how can I live the best life, and like they say, the good life. And taking a personality test basically helps you understand, like, literally everything about you. And some things are may not be that accurate, but obviously you're not going to take it. But whatever is accurate and like really reflects on who you are, that's the best way to just learn more about it. And and this is the end of this video, and hope you guys got value. If you got value, like this video, and thank you so much for watching.